The goal of today's comparison is to talk about the pros and cons while pointing out the differences between Roku and Amazon Fire TV devices. I'm going to walk through the hardware and remotes for the Roku and Amazon Fire TV, as well as how the operating systems look and function. To close things out, I'll give my personal recommendation between these two platforms. In my experience, you'll more than likely be pleased with any of the popular streaming devices on the market, but there are enough differences where it's worth taking a closer look. The great thing about both Roku and Fire TV is the wide range of options that you can select from. Each device provider has budget-friendly options such as the Roku Premier and Roku Express from Roku and the Fire TV Stick from Amazon Fire TV, as well as higher-end options such as the Roku Streaming Stick Plus and the Roku Ultra from Roku, and then also the Amazon Fire TV Stick 4K or the Fire TV Cube that you can get from Amazon. It's important to note that there are also TVs that have Roku or Fire TV's operating systems built right into the TV itself. So if you're in the market right now for buying a new TV, I definitely recommend looking at either Roku or Fire TVs that have their operating systems built into these respective TVs. Now, if you want to just retrofit a TV that you currently have with the Roku or Amazon Fire TV operating system, then you can purchase one of these devices. And if you're interested in purchasing anything that you're seeing on the screen, I'll have links posted down in the video description. Now I want to jump in and take a look at a couple of Roku and Amazon Fire TV remotes that I have. The Roku remotes are on the left, the Amazon Fire TV remotes are on the right. Starting with the older Roku remote, this thing really burned through the batteries, but it had a lot of functionality. It had motion controls for gaming. It had a headphone jack. You could point it in any direction and it would work, but again, it really burned through those batteries rather quickly. So they did strip out some of the functionality, but in turn, the batteries last a lot longer on the newer Roku remote. It has a volume up and down on the right and a mute button. The older Roku remote also had volume up and down on the right, but that was only for the headphone jack, while the Roku TV remote actually turns the television up and down. And then we also see here that there isn't on these Roku remotes a voice search, while the two Amazon Fire TV remotes do have voice search with those microphones at the top. There are a lot of Roku remotes that do have voice search. It'll be a little magnifying glass button, but these two specific Roku remotes that I own don't have it. It's not quite as a consistent feature that you can expect on all these Roku remotes as opposed to the Amazon remotes. Now we see a power button on the top of the newer Roku remote that turns the TV on and off. But then other than that, the button layout very similar from both the older and newer Roku remote. We have the home button, back button, settings, rewind, play, pause, fast forward. But then another difference that we have is specific app buttons at the bottom of the newer Roku remote. So you can see at the top of the Amazon remotes, we have that voice search button with Alexa voice, which is really nice. And then we also see with the newer remote, there is a power button that you can hook right up to your TV. It doesn't matter what brand TV you have. It's really great. It also has volume up and down and mute that you can hook up to whatever TV you would have. It doesn't have to be an Amazon branded television, which is a nice feature. Now we can see it has the select buttons. It's just in the shape of a circle. And then the button on the inside of that is just like the OK buttons from the Roku remote. And very similar buttons other than that: back, home, settings, rewind, play, pause, fast forward. So not a lot of differences between the Roku and Amazon remotes, but you do in general get more consistency in getting that voice search from the Amazon remotes. Other than that, very similar, and I don't have a lot of complaints about either. Now to take a look at the operating systems, which are arguably the most important part of any streaming device. And this is where I don't think Amazon Fire TV does as good of a job as Roku in terms of ease of use, functionality, and overall access to a wide variety of applications. Now, it's not all bad news for Fire TV. For instance, if you are an Amazon Prime member, they have recommendations of that content built right into the top menu bar. We go over to where it says your videos, movies, TV shows. This is where you can quickly access a lot of that Amazon Prime Video content. Now, one thing that really rubs me the wrong way is the fact that the home screen, basically the entire upper half here, is dedicated to an advertisement, and you actually have to click through that to get to your video content. So you click down to the advertisement, then click down again to get to your recent applications that you've used, and you go down one more time and you can see all of your apps and channels. Now, another thing that I don't love about Fire TV's operating system is when we're getting to the apps, to find what you're looking for, you have to scroll through this horizontal bar one by one, and not necessarily the easiest way to find that app that you want to open. Now, you get to the end and you can click See All, but they actually have a See All at the beginning as well. So we started here on Twitch. If we go over one to the left, there's another See All option, and we open that up. Then it goes into this tile format that's a bit easier to scroll through and find exactly what app that we're looking for. But again, it takes an extra step and an extra click to get to that easier format to try to find those apps. Now, one thing that I really love about Amazon Fire TV is you have easy access to the Firefox web browser. Some video content you can only get through specific websites, or maybe they don't have dedicated apps, so you can get to that video content through a web browser like Firefox. And also, more recently, they've added the dedicated YouTube app. Before, you had to go to youtube.com, but now they actually do have that YouTube app. They still don't have YouTube TV, though, and this is another potential detractor for Fire TV is they can sometimes have a prickly relationship with other corporations such as Google. Getting to the end of the line here, we have apps which are sorted through featured as well as games, and then categories as well. At the end of the line, we get to settings, and we get another one of these horizontal scrolling bars that I'm not all of that keen and interested in scrolling through when I'm trying to look for a specific setting. Now taking a look at Roku's operating system, and in terms of ease of use, being able to quickly access your content and having a wide range of apps to choose from, I put Roku right there at the top of the list, especially in terms of its overall ease of functionality. Now, starting off here on the home screen, we can already see our apps laid out in tile format. We scroll over and we can start scrolling down, find exactly what app we're looking for, select it, and get into the particular video content that we want to watch. Now, below the home option in the menu, we have featured free, which is an area that's loaded with a bunch of free content that you can look through and see if you want to watch. And then we have the My Feed, which isn't something that I ever use. It is just another filter option to browse through different movies, TV shows, etc. Then we have a couple of tabs that are sponsored by Fandango, another browsing option to look through their movie store and the TV store from Fandango. Then we have a search where we can look for movies, TV shows, actors, etc. And now one area where I really think Roku does better than Amazon, and that's having different filters to be able to find popular applications or just recent ones, popular ones, etc. So starting off here, we have featured applications, new and notable apps, ones that were just added to the App Store, the apps that are most popular, which I highly recommend going into that tab and seeing what most people are using if you're looking to get the best apps available on Roku. Then there's the top free apps that have free content, and then you can search through the app channels at the bottom. And then the last option here on the menu is settings, where you can go through and access whatever setting that you're looking for to change. Now to get into my final recommendations. Coming in second place just by a hair is Fire TV, which I give 4 out of 5. Now, the things that I really like about Amazon Fire TV is they have a great remote with Alexa voice search, a respectable range of different applications that you can choose from, good tie-ins with Amazon Prime Video, and a wide range of player and TV options to choose from when you're purchasing. Now, the things that detract from Fire TV, in my opinion, are it's not the best in terms of ease of use and functionality to quickly access and find the video content that you're looking for, and they put a bit more of an emphasis on advertisements than I'd like to see. Coming in first place, I have Roku. They have a tremendous library of different apps to choose from, ease of use and functionality to quickly access and find the video content you're looking for, and the largest range of different devices and TVs to choose from when purchasing. Now, some detractors here, less than available voice search features, not the best options for power users and tech-savvy individuals that might want easy access to a web browser or Kodi. All in all, both Roku and Amazon offer great options if you're looking to find a streaming device for your current TV or to purchase a new smart TV with the operating system already built in. That's going to wrap this one up. Thanks for stopping by. Consider subscribing for more of this type of content in the future.